Hello, this is the last video on my series of drum samples made with the Korg Monologue. So far we have made a kick, a snare, a hi-hat and a clap. So now we are going to tackle toms. So toms, patch design, I'm not very good at, so I'm going to try my best to approximate a tom, but if you guys have any tips and tricks on how to design toms from scratch using something like a Korg Monologue, please let me know, but I will try my best. Here we go. First of all, let us initialize the patch. So like all the other videos, push edit mode until it says program edit, the second to last button, twist that knob and then push right to initialize. Okay, so a tom. How I design toms is very similar to a snare. Sorry, there is a plane going over. Very similar to a snare, except with a snare, the noise VCO was sort of the dominant sound, whereas with a tom, the noise is going to be sort of mixed underneath the sort of sloping down tone sound. I hope that makes any sense. So let's have a go at doing that. So we're going to be using the triangle shape on VCO1 and we're going to be using noise on VCO2. So let's turn down VCO2 first and we'll just got the VCO1. So as with all the other drum samples, we're going to be using the pluck / one shot shape of the envelope. So, I mean, if you're going like 808 type toms, I think it's 808 type toms, like really basic like early electronic drum machine toms, it's essentially just a sine or triangle with a very short decay. But let's make it more percussive. So we need that sort of pitch down. So we're going to be using let's use the LFO with on one shot and with the ramp down sawtooth shape and set to pitch and turn up the intensity. So that is kind of I'm just going to turn up the volume, sorry. That's kind of the shape there. So let's see what it sounds like with more intensity. And a faster rate. Turning down the intensity actually. Let's go down an octave. Alright, so let's bring in VCO2. So VCO2 set to noise is going to add more of a percussive quality, hopefully, to it. So let's see. And because you've got all that high end now, let's use a filter to shave all of that off. So that's kind of it. Let's turn up the drive, see what that sounds like. Let's turn down the volume, sorry. Turn up the drive. So that's essentially sort of my take on toms. Let's turn up the decay a little bit. So that's pretty good. Maybe too much. And then just adjust the mix. So maybe turn down the noise a little bit. Yeah. So I think that's as close as I'm going to get to it. Let's try a different LFO shape. So instead of the sawtooth, let's go with the triangle. That's kind of interesting. Let's invert the triangle by holding shift and just wiggling the intensity. That's interesting. Let's turn up the octave, up an octave. It's kind of a bubbly, like a watery kind of sound. I think it sounds a bit better with the ramp down. So I think this is going to be inverted. Let's change it to a normal ramp down. Down an octave. So that's pretty good. You can mess around, of course, with the cutoff. Let's see what adding some resonance will do. Just adds another texture, I guess. I'm just going to turn up the drive, see what that sounds like. Yeah, so that is toms. I think possibly let's go and put it in my DAW and see if I can clean up some of that bottom end. Let's switch now. Okay, we are now in Pro Tools. Of course, like I said before, you can use any DAW as long as you have a filter that has a high pass or an EQ that has a high pass filter. So I've just brought up a EQ, and so I'm just going to play the toms that I just designed. So you can see there's a bunch of low end content that you don't need. So let's put a high pass filter on it. So there we have it. Just a very simple high pass, and it just cleans it up a ton. So that concludes my drum sample series, all designed on the Korg Monologue. If you have any questions or other sounds you think I should make a video on how to make using the Monologue, please let me know. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.